would like to talk to you today about what are the best networking tips you can use. Think about when you're going to a networking event, and sometimes you have that panic attack thing going on and you don't want to go. You don't know how to network, you don't have any business cards, you don't, whatever the other rest of the story would be. But what are the best networking tips that you can use? I create a list all the time of some of the things that I have personally used, whether I am networking in person or certainly on Zoom. And those for me have been incredibly useful. And I'm thrilled to have compiled quite a list over the years so that I can actually share that list with other people. Now, you're signing up to go to a networking event, the event pages, things like that. One of the best things I have found as far as a networking tip process technique is to take a look at the list of attendees. You're going to see the list of attendees. And for me, it has been very effective to reach out to those attendees before the meeting, before the event. And I reach out on LinkedIn. Sometimes I've even sent an email before. If it's someone that's in my social media type network, I have sent an email. I'm going to be at the event on Thursday night. I can't wait to see you there. So it's a lot of connecting for me. So what are the best networking tips that you can use? And this is interesting to me. Most of the time in a networking event, people automatically say, "What do you do?" They don't usually say, "Tell me about you," or, "Wow, I've never met you before. Who are you?" Because most of the time, people don't say, "I'm a mom, I'm a dad, I'm a pet owner, they usually don't do that. They start right in on what is their company, which is fine if that's your deal. But then when people say, "Okay, would you please stand and give us your elevator pitch?" Panic sets in. Like that. Think about preparing your elevator pitch, and practice, practice, practice makes perfect. And you prepare that elevator pitch so it automatically flows. You don't have to think about it. You instantly know, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a something, and it flows freely. So think about what it would be like to have your elevator pitch already prepared. And that's one of the tips I do for networking 101, so to speak. Now, this next piece I have found is a little bit controversial from a standpoint of business cards. No, 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 I don't do business cards. I don't do paper. Your choice. Do you have a QR code on your phone that the person that you're meeting can scan to connect with you? If that's your digital business card, that's up to you. There are a lot of different ways to network effectively that I have found. But as far as best networking tips you can use, the one topic I think about is what works for you. Because again, it has to flow. If there's hesitation or lack of professionalism, those kind of things, people are going to go, "Don't talk to her, don't talk to him," because it's not a good fit. So please consider that if you haven't already. Now, the next piece I think we've heard, regardless of what industry, what business, what category we would find ourselves in, be a good listener. Tell me about yourself. La di da di da di da di da. And you're not listening. Tell me about yourself. You are engaging with people and actually expecting communication back, conversation skills, that whole thing. Be a good listener. "Oh, you just said a minute ago that you something, something, something. Tell me a little bit more about that." And instantly they're going, "Oh, she was listening." And so be a good listener. That's definitely on the list of best networking tips. Now, another thing for me is when you go to a networking event, most of the time there are the health and wellness people, the financial people, the insurance people, everybody's real estate. They're kind of in their own areas of expertise, if you will. Think about the joining part of small groups. There's 200 people in the room, and you're probably not going to meet all 200 that first day. So regardless of how they have it set up, you could kind of mingle around and say, do you know anyone that's in the what industry? Because that's a good fit for me as a collaboration partner. And you think about things like that, and instantly they go, oh, yeah, well, wait 1 second. You can actually meet. And they take you over to that person. And most of the time, the people who are doing the connecting want to help the person that sent them to you, but they also want to help you. And so please consider that as well. If you've got a mover and a shaker in the room and you can obviously tell who they are, you pick that person out and say, I'm so excited to be here. This is my first time and I would love to meet a realtor. Do you know anyone here that would be a good fit for me? Oh my gosh, absolutely. Susie just walked in. She's exactly who you need to meet. And that's kind of how that whole collaboration piece works. So please join small groups. That's a biggie. And then many people don't lead with this, but offer value first. Offer value first. I've been networking full time for 100 years and I know a zillion people, and I'd love to bring a lot of those zillion people to this meeting. Perfect. Offer value. My company, something's on sale, and now we have a discounted rate of, and if you'd like more information, I would love to have a chat with you. Value. So a lot of people don't lead with the value, they lead with the sale. And then, of course, nobody wants to listen to them. Now, there are body language experts in the world, and they talk a lot about, you fold your arms, I don't want to talk to you. You look away, I don't want to talk to you. Or are you engaged and actually participating? So think about the body language that you're exuding. Are you a magnet for people to want to meet you, or perhaps a repellent? And so I always think in terms of the mindfulness when it comes to timing. Do people want to schedule a coffee this afternoon? Probably not. People's schedules are nuts too. How about next week? Does that work for you? And then you can actually say, what day next week works best? I'd love to stop by your office and perhaps bring some coffee or have some coffee with you. Or what does that look like? Be mindful of time. If someone says, tell me about you, and 25 minutes later you're still talking, they have probably taken a nap in the meantime. So be mindful of time is a biggie. So these are just a few of the best networking tips you can use, and they have definitely worked for me, and I totally hope they will work for you as well.